So it turns out last week I went through the entire day in the life, as you can see from that little clip right there, but no audio recorded the entire day. And I didn't know that until the next day, like when I went to go start video editing. It was actually very, very heartbreaking and just very upset, but I ended up turning that into like a little montage. And if you haven't seen that yet, then click right here and you can see that. It turned out pretty cool, but not what I wanted. So today, this is gonna be take 2 of the day in the life with the iPhone 15 Pro right here. Brand new phone, just came out, had it for about a month right now. And so I'm gonna take you through a pretty packed day that I have planned for today, and just to see how well this phone does in a bunch of different scenarios, settings, test out the battery life, and then we can see just how good this new tech is from Apple. So I just want to let you know, like right from the start of this video, that I will be using a case and this wallet right here with my phone all day, because the 15 Pros and their new titanium material are just like known to shatter and break much easier than previous phones. And because I bought this with my own money, I'm not gonna chance dropping it at all, even though I take very good care of my products always. And this is by a company called Magbak. This has some very cool features that make it more than just a typical clear case that you can buy on Amazon. It has perfect cutouts all around the phone, raised lips to protect the screen and your camera. There's air cushions in the corners for some added protection, and super tactile buttons. And if you're wondering what this large white plate is on the back of this case, well, it's a super strong magnet that'll actually enhance the MagSafe capabilities of this product, as well as other accessories. So I know that this isn't like the sexiest thing in the world coming from a clear case, but it's a huge difference maker when you add this with probably my favorite iPhone accessory of all time, and that's the Magbak wallet. You just slap this on, and together with these enhanced magnets in these, it has a super strong magnetic hold, and one that will just never fall off of your phone on its own. This is the only wallet I've carried with me for the past year and a half. There are 2 separate pockets inside of this wallet, so you can carry up to 6 cards and some cash at the same time. I like to leave my cards in the front pocket, and then you just slide them up, and then on the other pocket, I leave my cash, so when you put cards in and out, it doesn't like crinkle up the cash. And one super unique feature about this wallet is that there's also magnets on the front of it, so you can pretty much attach this to anything metal. And probably my favorite place to utilize this is at the gym when I'm at like the cable racks. All I do is attach this right in the cable rack, and then it keeps my phone away from danger because it's not on the ground. It's such an underrated feature, and I absolutely love that with this product. There's also a finger loop for added security, RFID shielding to protect your cards, and this can be used as a stand for watching content as well. So this video is not being sponsored by Magbak at all. I'm just a true believer in their products, and I've been using them for the past year and a half and absolutely loving them. So if you're interested in picking up some for yourself, then click the link in the description, and then at checkout use code Nathan15 and you'll get 15% off your entire order, whether or not you get these products or not. So basically that was just a really long way of saying that I will be using a case with this all day long. So it is currently November 4th, 9:01 a.m. We're at 100% battery, and my little brother just showed up. He's gonna be like my film guy for the day. Let's get this day started.
Keep it on the low, you know that's the code.
Alright, so just to talk a little bit about the exact iPhone that I have. So this is the regular iPhone 15 Pro, not the Max version. That's just a little too big for me.
That's what she said.
And also just too much money. I went with the blue titanium colorway. I was very torn between this and then the natural titanium. I love that color as well, but can't complain. Blue titanium looks very well, very good. Jesus. And also this is the 256 gigabyte version, above the base model, but that's pretty much just what I need and kind of like what I've needed throughout the years. So we're on our way to our first destination. We're stopping at Starbucks because we're all coffee addicts in this car, and I need my coffee. It's currently 9:32. Haven't put this through much of a test yet. No GPS as of yet, but we're connected to Bluetooth, playing some music, and we're at 97%. There's a couple things I want to test out throughout the day. That's definitely its battery life and also its camera capability in different types of scenarios. The battery capacity is slightly larger than the 14. I don't know the exact spec of it. From my experience so far with the month of using this, the battery life has been about the same, if not just a hair better than the 13 Pro, but again, that was a 2-year-old phone. So just a couple things I want to test out. We're heading to Starbucks right now, and then I'll fill you in on our next plans after that. I actually ate while I was in there because it took so long to get this food. But this is the bacon, egg, and cheese on a croissant from Starbucks. This is so good. And also, I don't usually buy Starbucks coffees throughout the week, but on the weekend I will. If you're wondering, this is my order. So eat this real quick. We're already there, and then when we get out, I'll tell you what we're doing here. Yeah. Sure. Right now? You need that bad?
To heat my jacket?
You need to heat your jacket?
It's like, it's for an iPhone. It'll last like not very long with that. All right, so we're at our first destination for the day. I don't even know what trail this is, but apparently there's a local farm, and what they do is they make glass apples, like about lime sized, right? And then they go on different trails around here, and then they hide them. You gotta like look, try to find them. Apparently there's like gift cards attached to them, but there's red, green, gold, and one clear one. So we came a couple weeks ago. We're gonna try again and try to find some. We didn't find any last week, but currently it is 10:11 a.m. We're at 93% battery life, and I'm gonna take a bunch of photos with this, with some light behind some foliage, some cool shots. So let's go see if we can find one of those apples.
You got it like, you got it, yeah, yeah, you got it like that. When you got it like that. Nothing gonna hold you back when you got it like that.
All right, so absolutely no luck. That's our second time trying to find apples there, and starting to think that they're just lying to us, or we're blind. So anyway, update on the iPhone. It is now 11:13, and we're at 86% battery life left. Now we're going back to the car, and then we will be driving to Ikea because I want to get a couple things for my desk set up, and then yeah, we'll see what's after that. So let's go. All right, so now we're on our way to Ikea, and I'm currently using the phone quite a bit at the moment. So it's hooked up to Bluetooth, playing music. I have GPS going, and we still have 35 minutes till we get there. So this is gonna be a good test to see how the battery life actually does, but it is now 11:30 and we're at 83% battery life. It's doing pretty well, I would say. Again, I've only been taking a few photos with it, like nothing too taxing on the battery life of this camera. But one thing I wanna point out, so it's not new to this phone, but it's the dynamic island right here at the top. But it's new to me because I'm coming from the 13 Pro, and I absolutely love this dynamic island. I thought it was gimmicky at first. I'm just seeing it. I didn't realize like how useful it could be, but you can see here, it's got multiple applications going. So right here on the left-hand side, if I click on that, it pulls up my maps. And then if I scroll back, right here on the right-hand side is my music. And it's cool because it'll do different things depending on the application that you're using. So if I were to have like the clock going or a timer, it would literally have my timer right there. If I'm charging the battery, it shows up there. Let me call someone real quick. So one thing that I love about this dynamic island, when you're on the phone call with someone, it'll show both the audio form of your voice in orange and the person you're talking to in green simultaneously, and it's really cool.
Okay. All right, no problem.
Yeah, how's the yard sale going?
A little slower than we expected. I think if it were in the springtime, it would have been a little better, but you know, not as much activity.
All right, so it's like a new feature, either to the phone or just to the new iOS operating system. So now this is the standard mic mode. So now if you go up here and you go to the mic and you press voice isolation, so do you hear a difference now?
Yeah, definitely. It's almost like noise canceling.
Yeah, so it's a new feature. Yeah, it's a new feature. I'm not sure if it's just for the iPhone or if it's for iOS 17, but definitely just a cool little feature to help boost up your audio while talking with someone on the phone. So if you're not using that, use it. Alright, so we just got to Ikea and it is currently 12:08 and we're chilling at 75% battery life, and that's after using GPS and Bluetooth for the past like 50 minutes, I would say. So I already looked it up online, and They don't allow filming in there, so I won't be taking this camera in with me. I will be taking a bunch of photos with this phone though, and we also plan on eating here because it's like a big food court. So I'm hoping to get some cool photos of things, maybe even take some videos with this. Don't tell Ikea that. And whatever I do, you'll see happen right now. So let's go enjoy Ikea. Alright, so this is being filmed with the iPhone 15 Pro and the new log profile. Probably one of my favorite new features with the phone. Gives it a lot more dynamic range, and you have a lot more control to edit the colors and videos post-production. Just a little snippet of that. But we're eating here in Ikea right now, and this is what I ended up getting for lunch. We got this salad with really gross like Greek olives. These are going in the trash. And we get some chicken tendies, some fries. And these are her croutons. Coffee and water. We're about to dig in and then go get the products I was actually here to get, and then I'll see you at the car after that. All right. Got a bunch of stuff for the desk setup, some plant stuff like that. I'll probably go over what we got later on when we get back to my apartment. It's currently 2:02 and we're at 65% battery. Now we're about to drive right about an hour to, we're going to Roger Williams Zoo. So we'll see how this thing does with another hour of GPS, Bluetooth activity, and I'll see you guys when we get there. All right, so since we still have a good like 40 minutes till we arrive at the zoo, I thought it'd be a good time to talk about another feature, brand new feature with this phone. First off, I just want to say that I don't usually go to like the zoo every weekend. Usually I'm like video editing or filming for a YouTube video, but trying to do something cool, and at the same time, this is also making content. So back to the phone. One of the coolest new features, or one of the biggest selling points, is the new action button. And so this is replacing the silent button. And so what's cool about this is like it's now a programmable action button essentially. So you can go into the settings and you can choose between a whole bunch of different things, either the camera, focus mode, silent button, if you still want that, like the original one. But the coolest one by far is the shortcuts. And so what shortcuts does essentially is you can set up a shortcut on your phone to pretty much activate almost anything. Whether or not you want to open a specific application, let's say you want to open up a specific conversation in your messages, if you want to start a phone call with a specific person, it's pretty much all you can do. And so I have mine set up to open Spotify because I'm always using Spotify. So just by clicking and holding the button, it'll open to my Spotify. It's definitely very useful, and I'm trying to figure out like what exactly I want to do with it. Spotify right now just because I always use it, but I'm thinking about setting it to like a specific conversation. So just another new little feature with this phone. It's not the biggest update, but definitely a nice little addition. So we're now on our way again to Roger Williams Zoo, and I'll see you when we get there. All right, so we finally made it, and it is currently 3 p.m. right now. We're chilling at 51% battery, and again, that's after been cooking with GPS. So we have an hour here. So we're gonna go in, get a bunch of cool photos. I wanna show you some of the cool new features with these cameras right here. I actually think these cameras are now more pro than they've ever been before. So let's go inside, get some cool photos and videos. So what's cool is that this camera setup right here, there's actually like 7 different cameras inside of it. So we're gonna use these pumpkins right here as my focus point for this demonstration right here. So the first camera that you have is the ultra wide. Click on the 0.5 and you have that right there. Let's snap a photo. Then you go to the 1x zoom. You see how it says 24mm. So here's the second lens. The third lens, tap on it again. It crops in slightly, 1.2, snap. Tap on it again, 35mm, 1.5 times. And so these are just digital crops. So they're not actually like, you're not losing any quality. So then you got 2 times, this is the 5th camera, 3 times, 6th camera. And the 7th camera is the macro lens. So you go back to ultra wide and you got You can just get super close, get my fingerprints right there. So this is 7 different camera systems you get with this, wide range of different things, and it's just high quality, especially with the 48 megapixels now in this camera setup. All right, so phone update. The zoo actually just closed and we got about 50 minutes in there. So it is 4:01 p.m. We have 39% battery life. So we'll see if this makes it the rest of the day. I don't know. I gotta use GPS a little more. But overall, there was one thing about the camera I didn't get to show you in there, and that is actually the action mode. So last weekend, I actually did this. I had a good example of it. I'll put up the side-by-side here. On one side, you'll see that it's screen recording and you'll see how unsteady my hand is. And then the other side, it's the action mode. It's what Apple's doing with the camera, the processing, the stabilization. It's actually a really sick feature, and you can use that for so many different applications. So that's one other thing I love about the camera. That, the different modes, 48 megapixels, and also the new log video. I think this year there was a huge upgrade to the camera system over last year. So I'm not too sure what the plans are as of yet. We're gonna head back home real quick, make a pit stop, and then we'll see what's after that. So I'll see you there. All right, so just an update. So we came back to where we started off the day, grabbed all my stuff, and a little phone update right here. So it's currently 5:17 and we're at 27% battery life. So as you can see, sun's going down and I want to test out this camera's low light capabilities. And so to do that in Rhode Island, there's like this pretty famous, they're called water fires, and it's right in Providence. So we're gonna stop by there. It's actually the last one of the season, and hopefully get some cool photography of the nighttime, the fire going, hopefully some cool atmosphere. Gonna really put it to the test, see how it does in that low light scenario. So we're gonna drive there right now, about a 25-minute drive, and I'll see you when we get there. All right, so that took way longer than I thought. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of traffic. We finally got here. So it's 6:14, as you can see here. We're at 18% battery life, so let's see if it actually lasts us the whole time, but hoping to get some cool photos, so let's see what we can get. What a day. What an absolute long, fun, and hopefully entertaining day for everyone watching this video. So just to recap what happened, we went to the water fires in Providence and it was swamped, probably because it was like the last water fire of the season. And just getting out of Providence Place Mall, like it took us like an hour to get home. So we had left maybe around 7:30 and my phone was at 7%. And then drove about an hour and just had my phone hooked up to Bluetooth the whole time, and I couldn't write this up any better. Check it out. It's currently 8:58 and I am at 1% battery life left. It made it through the day. It really did. And again, this is definitely just not like a typical day. I used the camera all day, I used a lot of GPS, so safe to say that this will probably last you throughout most days if you were to pick up the 15 Pro. I hope you were able just to get like a better understanding and just to see like what it'd be like in a day in a life with the iPhone 15 Pro. This definitely has some really good upgrades over previous models, especially for like camera people out there, and overall it's just a fantastic product. So again, I want to thank magbak for sending me these products right here. Don't forget, if you want to pick some up for yourself, then use the code Nathan15. It'll be down in the description and you get 15% off your entire order. I really hope you enjoyed this day in the life. This was my second time trying to film it, and hopefully all the audio recorded this time. So that's gonna be the video. Don't forget to hit the like button down below and subscribe. And as always, have a great day, everyone. Cheers.